another episode of Kentwood Through The Lens, brought to you by 985 News. Today we're interviewing mayoral candidate Trayvon Cooper. Roll the clip. Good evening, Councilman Cooper. It's a pleasure having you here tonight.
It was a pleasure being here. It's great to see the Lens back in town.
Okay, to get this started off, what are you going to do to bring new businesses to town?
Well, the thing is, Kentwood doesn't have a problem getting new businesses. It has a problem keeping them. So what I'm going to try and do is network with some of our new and old businesses, try and make it easier to get business licenses online through an online portal, and also work with grassroots groups to try and make new business districts in town, try and give better access to grants and other funding like that.
Okay. So what's the deal with the parks? Some of them are broken down and aren't even built yet. So how will you address this?
Well, the thing with the parks is, first what I'm going to do is try and establish a recreation department so we can compartmentalize some of the processes in town, so we can have our town workers do certain issues that deal with utilities, while we have a team that's solely dedicated to rebuilding our parks, maintaining our parks, and etc. So that's what I'm going to try and do to make sure our recreation facilities are usable by our youth in town.
How long do you think that'll take?
Well, if you allocate the resources correctly, which that doesn't seem to have been being done so far, it should only take a few years.
Okay. There's a lot of new things going on with Main Street. I see they're talking about building a pavilion. How will this be funded? And how involved is the council?
I gotta be honest with you, I'm not necessarily sure. The council wasn't really involved very much in the talks of getting the pavilion developed or any plans for it. Much like the backflow prevention plan, it was something that we heard about from constituents and online on Facebook. So I'm pretty sure Councilman Diamond probably would have been enthusiastic to be involved with that. It could have been something we could have done at the MLK Park. We could have allocated resources so that more than just one facility gets taken care of. But it's an issue of involvement, and I think that's something that we should really tackle in the next administration.
It was said in an interview with the town clerk that council members don't use the computers purchased for the council by the town. Is that true?
No, I wouldn't say that's true. I use the computer for every one of the council meetings. I live stream them, so everyone can have access to it if you can't get there physically that day. It's unedited. It's on councilmancooper.com or discoverkentwood.com. So speaking for myself, I use the computers quite regularly.
Okay. It was also mentioned that the council members don't have much correspondence with the clerks or the city hall in general. Given your platform, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I do have quite a bit of correspondence with City Hall. I actually have tracking on my phone. I've been to City Hall approximately 100 times. That's excluding the 48 council meetings that we have monthly. And there is also about 300 text messages I've shared between the head clerk and other associates at City Hall, and several phone calls. So I try to go to City Hall at least twice a month or so, just to see what's going on and just to see what issues can be taken care of. So I'm quite involved with the processes at City Hall.
What do you say to people that think you don't live in town?
Well, honestly, I think it's kind of silly. I mean, I own property in town, I pay taxes in town, I've lived here my whole life. I know that I am quite busy. I do go to school at Southeastern. I'm pursuing a political science degree. And on the weekends, I drive a Uber taxi in New Orleans. So I'm pretty busy, but I'm proud to call Kentwood my home.
I gotta be objective because I feel like people want to know this. If you do win the election, what are your plans with being enrolled at Southeastern?
Well, I plan to move my curriculum online so I can be as much available as I can for the town of Kentwood. Because we've seen in the past 4 years, we really need someone that's here for Kentwood, here to answer people's questions, here to correspond in the office. And we need a mayor that's visible, and we need a mayor that's competent on top of that too.
You think you can handle that?
I definitely think I can. I think I've proven in the last 4 years and my time as the former host of Kentwood Through the Lens that I can handle quite a lot of stress and quite a lot of paperwork.
So, Councilman Cooper, you are, as far as one of the youngest officials in the state, but running for mayor is a bit different than running for council. What makes you think you aren't too young to be the mayor?
Well, I would say my record thus far. I pledged myself to be a steward of the community, to be a bastion of honesty, transparency, and fairness. And in all of that, I think that the real quality that matters in a politician isn't age, it's character, it's effort. So What I may lack in age, I make up for in spades for my dedication to the town of Kentwood. Question again?
People have noticed that the board doesn't always get along, and you, for one, have had quite a few run-ins with your fellow council members. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I would say that that's probably true. And for all of those watching, you probably see riding around town along with these campaign signs the word accountability. And what that means to me is I answer to two, God and the public at large. And with that means you have to hold your peers accountable, because as council members, you have the ability to vote in policy that affects everyone on a deep level. So with that, you have to make sure that everyone is being responsible with the power that they wield. And I respect the people, and I respect what I swore to do on my inauguration day. So at times that can look a little ugly, but it comes from a place of wanting to represent the public.
Well, it seems like it's been a fairly turbulent term for the mayor and council. Why would that be different under your leadership?
Well, communication seems to be an issue with the current administration. So the first thing I would try to do is establish town hall meetings so that the public has a chance to talk on a more formalized one-on-one level with council members, and would also give more of an opportunity for the council as a team, because I believe that we all are a team, to collaborate on different issues that are facing the town. So that's one of the many things I would hope to do to try and bring back some camaraderie to the council and mayor's seat.
Is there anything else that you would like to say to the public?
Yes. This election gives the public a choice between what Kentwood was, what Kentwood is now, and what Kentwood can be. And I would be honored to take that next step towards a brighter future with the people of Kentwood.
Thank you, Councilman Cooper, for coming out tonight.
Thanks for having me.
And I want to formally thank the Kentwood Cafe for allowing us to have this space to do the interview. That's the Kentwood Cafe, 602 3rd Street. The buffet is to die for. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. This is Courtney Robertson, zooming out.